All right, what's going on, everybody? Definitely not the greatest week this week. All three of my setups failed. All three were short opportunities that I was looking for. This one, I mean, it was. I'm looking at the accuracy of my entries versus the actual direction of the market and sort of like why I got in some of these. Um, and like especially this one I took later in the weekend on Tuesday. I'm not saying I would have attempted to catch all this daily range, although that would have been awesome. I'm noticing that I'm not my bias isn't wrong, but it's the way that I'm positioning my trades that's affecting my ability to see and actually test that bias. So, what I've decided to do actually is to scale back my risk and my position sizing to allow me so that it will allow me to place wider stops. And what I've been doing is I've been trading the same number of contracts in every trade, and I've started to realize that that might be something I want to change based on the structure, right? So, I mean, obviously, I know like you're supposed to place, your stop loss at previous swing highs or swing lows, significant highs and lows, and you want to anchor your position there. Sometimes I hadn't quite done that. Like I would take some type of relatively um significant high, but it definitely wasn't. I have not been anchoring my trades the way I should be. That's for sure. Um, so I'm going to be working on that going into next week. Just going to let the market structure and setup dictate um, how much position sizing I'm going to use. If the setup that I'm trading requires me to only trade four contracts instead of five or six, then I'm going to be trading four contracts. And yeah, so that's the plan going into next week. This week was not so great, and yeah, so we'll just keep on adjusting, keep on working on the things we could always work on, like being more patient, being more selective, trying to find the highest probability setups that we can find, and be okay with not trading because at the end of the day, um, you know you take the biggest losers because you decided to take the biggest losers rather than if you had decided to just not trade and accept the fact that sometimes there aren't opportunities present in the market that you're trading. I guess for me, because I exclusively trade Nasdaq, anyone who trades one market, generally you will have to accept this a lot more and a lot faster than someone who might trade forex, and you have like a number of different currency pairs that could present setups for you to take. If you're just trading an index, there are going to be slow days, and that's just how it is. But when the days are good, like like it was on Tuesday, like I don't know what was the daily range of this candle. That let's see, the low of this candle was 17,473, and the high was 17,921. I feel like it. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of points. That's like almost 500 points in a single day. That's a lot of trading volume that happened on Tuesday. So when you have days like that, it makes the waiting worth it. But yeah, that's going to be the name of the game. It's going to try and continue to be patient. I'm probably going to want to wait for more sweeps of liquidity before I start to get in. I see a lot of time, not as often as I used to, but still on occasion I'll get into a position that initially goes in my favor, or maybe it ranges or whatever. Um, but I'll get in at the first sight of displacement rather than waiting for the displacement and then also waiting to make sure that that displacement is respected. And so that just and that kind of all ties into being more patient and you know more selective for the highest probability setups that you can get into. And sometimes that's hard to do because you really want a win. It's hard to set goals and not allow that to sort of seep into your trading habits. It's hard to say you want to be able to, you know, have some sort of consistency, some sort of sustainability in your performance and not allow that goal of making a certain amount of money dictate every single trade that you take. Because obviously, it goes deeper than the money, but like obviously it is very much so about the money. So I'm sort of working on that right now, and trying to not focus so much on the result and just really try and do what makes sense to do based on the market. And I'm just gonna have to continue being hyper aware of, my own sort of mental emotional state, and pay attention when that starts to change and what might be causing it. But that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys are all having, a great time out there. I hope you've all had a productive week. Spend time with the homies or loved ones or whatever. And yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying yourselves, and wish all of you luck in your trading. I'll see everybody next week.